Yeah. Before we start, go ahead and give me a little countdown.
We're about to start, sir.
All right.
4, 2, 1.
Who the fuck taught that guy how to count? Hello, everybody, and welcome to another great episode of The Wandering Mind, where the mind wanders. I, of course, am your extremely handsome and dapper host, Kevin G. Now, today is Friday, which means it's the end of the work week for a lot of you people. Everybody here is happy that we made it through the week. Am I right, Jim? Fuck you. You're doing overtime. Ha ha ha. I'm just playing, of course. Not really. Get the fuck over there, Jim. Now, today we have a lot of great things to talk about. A lot of interesting stories to share and a whole lot of reporting to do. I, of course, got my junior degree in reporting in Bullshit University. Now, if anybody knows where that is, fuck you and suck on my big ass toe. I don't really give a fuck what you gotta say because me personally, I'm a one-man army. I'm here. I'm queer. Get used to it. If I was gay, I would totally say that all the time. Unfortunately, penis does not go with me. Now, if it did, let's just say some of these fine gentlemen would be getting a fistful, if you know what I'm saying. Someone throw me a bomb. Nuclear waste. Now, a lot of great things have been happening, definitely my asshole has been getting shredded because I've been eating like a motherfucker. I just returned from the gym right now, so I'm extremely hyped. I feel the pump in my fucking veins is real. I feel it fucking hitting my shoulders because that's where I fucking attacked it. We did some shoulder presses, some shrugs, and everything you can to completely annihilate your fucking shoulders. Now, it was fun. In my opinion, I believe everybody should get some physical activity because if you don't, you will just sit there and rot away. You are literally decomposing as you're laying down or sitting down on your couch or bed watching TV, binge watching nonetheless, because I know how Netflix and Hulu is. You fucking binge watch that. Sure, you start off with one episode, but you know what ends up happening? You end up fucking watching 42 episodes and 3 masturbation sessions. Okay, you do not get up from your semen-induced fucking body until every last episode is done and the Dorito crumbs are fully dried off your unshaven chest. Now, how are you today? How are you? I want to ask you because I personally care about you. I care about each and every one of my listeners, okay? You, Juan, how are you doing? Are you okay? That's good. That's real good. Tucker, how you doing, buddy? How's the skin rash treating you? That's good. I'm glad. Carl, how are the kids? They're dead. Hey, well, at least you can make some new ones. What's that? You got a vasectomy? Get the fuck out of here. All right, let's bring it back to a positive note. How is everybody doing here? Let me just, before I begin, let's just get a quick weather report from our on-site reporter, Felipe. Felipe, how's the weather looking today?
Hello, senor. The weather will be looking good.
Oh, yeah? How do you say it in Filipino?
I'm not really Filipino, senor. I just speak like this because I lived in a country that is not America for a various amount of years. I cannot say because if I say, I will get deported because, Trump will not let me stay here because I am purely a person that does not belong here, he says. I have a little too much color in my skin.
Well, Felipe, enough about your fucking pathetic life. Please tell us about the fucking weather.
Okay, Kevin, but fuck you. I just wanted to say my story right quick.
What the fuck is wrong with our forecaster?
Well, the weather today, I'm outside right now and it looks pretty good. Like, the sun is out, so
Well, aren't you a fucking weatherman? Can you not tell the fucking weather from a piece of paper?
Hey, do not tell me how to do my job, sir. I don't tell you how to do yours.
Well, just what the fuck is the fucking temperature's gonna be like?
Well, let me put my finger in my mouth and put it out into the wind. It feels like it's about let me try it one more time. Here we go. Oh man, I need some water. My mouth is really dry, senor. I need some water. Does anybody bring me some water?
Somebody bring that motherfucker some water already.
Hey, could you please lower your voice, senor? You're scaring me and the children.
What fucking children are you talking about?
Sir, please. You gave me this job, and you know I could do it, so please allow me to do my job.
I just want a fucking temperature reading.
Okay, senor. Okay. I'll give you a temperature reading. Let me just pull this thermometer out of my ass. I felt sick, so I had to make sure I was feeling good.
Oh my fucking god, Felipe. Oh my god, I swear to god, I'm gonna murder you.
Not if I murder you first, senor. Anyways, the temperature says that I am a 98.5 healthy.
The fucking temperature of the weather, not your fucking anus, Felipe.
Oh, right. Well, the temperature is a little rainy right now. It's cold. It's damp. Definitely, if you have plants out, your plants love it, but you probably will not.
Well, thank you, Felipe. That's all.
Fuck you.
What the fuck?
Yeah. What you gonna do about it? Ya bitch.
Somebody just cut his fucking mic off. All right, let's go back to the show.
Oh yeah. Well, I got one last thing to say before I go, sir.
Well, what is it, Felipe?
I love you, senor. Thank you for this opportunity. Please, do not fire me. I am but a simple peasant who tells you the weather and maybe makes a laugh or two.
Okay, listen, Felipe. You're not going to be fired, okay?
Really, senor?
Really, I'm not. I'm not mad.
Okay, senor. I love you.
I love you too, Felipe. I love you too. Alright, now let's go back to this fucking show before I have a brain aneurysm. No, I have a great story for you today. You know how sometimes when you're a young man, being hormone driven, your balls seem to have control of every move and everything you've ever done as a child. Well, I have a story that will not only entertain young boys and men alike, it might also prevent future strippers from becoming a thing. Now, I just want to let you guys know that some names have been changed or altered to protect the identity of the individual. But nonetheless, this story is 100% true. This is a story from back in the day, accurate days of when I was a young adolescent who had rebellious tendencies and just wanted to fucking do anything I could to say fuck the police coming straight out the underground. Alright, so without further ado, let's jump into my first experience at a strip club. Hey, cut down the fucking volume, bro. Now, being fresh from high school, going into our freshman year of college, we didn't have much game. The female clitoris was but a myth, a tale that the older kids spoke about. But one could only imagine. As we were gathered together in our dorm, looking like a tribe of semen-filled penguins, we debated on what shenanigans we would participate in that day. Ideas ranged from playing soccer to playing the old Cincinnati skin flute. However, one common shared goal was to get our unused and unabused sex organs some much-needed stress-relieving pleasures. Our good friend Daryl came up with the idea, sent straight from the Lord and Savior nonetheless. He turned to us with the biggest grin a human could possibly make without tearing the flesh from his cheeks. His lips curled slowly, and in one swift flick of the tongue, he uttered the words, "Strip club." Hey you, yeah you, are you tired of jacking off to normal everyday human porn? I know I am, so that's why I gave Galactic Alien Penetration a try. They offer state-of-the-art butt plug technology that prevents even the smallest amount of anal secretion to be stored and saved. Yeah. For only 17 payments of 69.69 rubies, you too can get your internal organs ruptured by one of our penis-wielding Gorgonauts. The call is free and confidential, so please call 1-866-RUPTURE-MY-ANUS. That number again is 1-866-RUPTURE-MY-ANUS. Alright, welcome back to the Wandering Mind podcast, where the mind wanders. I'm your host, Kevin G, bringing you nothing but the best and hardest hitting stories from my memory bank. Now, before we went to commercials, we last left off where me, Daryl, and Jose were going to be attending the Close is Optional study hall. I, being the youngest of course, was extremely eager, but also nervous. You see, I had yet to ever step foot in one of those fine establishments. The closest I had ever gotten was to the door. I, unfortunately, was a minor at the time, and the bouncers called my bluff. I was forced to stay in the vehicle while my friends were inside having a hoot and a holler. That, however, is a story for another day. For today, I was a man, no longer the 17-year-old that was banned from entering the titty bar. The big 1-8 had finally reached me, and I was ecstatic. Fast forward to about 9:30 p.m., we were able to get a buyer to purchase the finest of alcohol us broke college kids could afford. Oh yes, I'm talking about Four Locos and them tall boy Mickeys. Those truly were the drinks of the college kids on a budget in the year of 2011. The original formula of Four Loko was still on the shelves, so you know someone is going to be overly hyped and extremely drunk. Those Four Locos did pack quite the punch. If you were not ready for them, your fucking asshole would be torn the next day because you unwillingly drank 4 of them, and now Big Bill over there decided to take advantage of you. So be happy that they changed the formula. Because if they didn't, there would be so many fucking dead kids, you get me? I puked in my mouth a little bit. Hold on, let me get a little bit of water here. Then we can continue with this story. You know how it is. Yeah. It's good stuff right there. Yeah, I love it. I gotta love it. Alright, anyways, with Four Locos. Here we go. We began drinking at around 9:40ish, so as to obtain the confidence found at the bottom of the bottle and arrive to the function feeling good. The destination was about 10 miles out, so we decided to pack our drinks and take a little booze cruise. Now, I don't condone this behavior, and I sure don't do it anymore. However, at the time, I was no longer thinking with the head on my shoulders, but rather the head on my uncircumcised penis. We pull into the dimly lit parking lot. A few rough-looking truckers with beards were outside, speaking about economic issues and how global warming is affecting our climate. I kid. Us men knew what we were there for. The tits and ass. I allowed my friends to lead the way, for they have been to strip clubs countless times, and I figured I'll copy them to learn strip club etiquette. We arrive to the door, and the bouncer checks my friend's IDs. Go inside. Then he checks my other friend's ID. Go inside. I was next to be waved in, but the bouncer started doing odd things. Like I said, I just turned 18, so all I had was my paper copy ID, and he was being, for lack of a better word, A fuck face ass eater. He was asking me if it was fake. Like I would admit to that. I told him no, and that I had simply come here to see a good pair of knockers like the rest of these beautiful people. But of course he was being an asshole. After some back and forth, the manager finally allowed me access to the pussy popping convention. If you're hungry and your nipples are craving some downtown Irish lovin', come on down to Leroy's Toe Suck, where not only can you get our specialty dish that consists of carrots, horseradish, and Leroy's own personal red pubes, you can also get a free side dish of our famous genital mutilation a la carte. So if you are tired of the standard anal fisting, give us a call at 1-866-SUCK-ME-DRY. That number again is 1-866-SUCK-ME-DRY. Oh man, I love going to that good old Leroy's. They are fucking amazing. If anybody wants to go there, give me a call. I could definitely use some company over there. Unfortunately, they don't like it when you go by yourself. So I recommend if you do attend Leroy's restaurant, definitely come prepared. Some stuff will happen, but hey, that's what happens when you're having fun. Am I right, ladies and gentlemen? Now, let's get back into the story. It was getting a little hot and sizzling over there. All right? Hope you all are waxed and ready to find love because our story is heating up. We last left off where I narrowly managed to squeeze into the lovely crevice doors of the strip club. My first few pictures that come to mind are neon lights and sticky floors. I slowly made my way down the hallway that was sure to lead me to the pot of gold that is stripper pussy. As we came up to the end of the hallway, the smell began to change, subtly at first, but I was soon overwhelmed with the stench in the air that was a combination of unwashed coochie, alcohol, and regrets. Once I rounded the corner, I finally saw what the older boys described, the sweet views of average-looking stripper titties. Some breasts dangled down by their knees. Other titties were hardly visible to the naked eye. Not even 5 minutes there when I was approached by what either was an extremely old stripper or a drug-dependent 26-year-old that had aged so quickly that she appeared to be a 72-year-old woman. Yeah, that's some sad shit right there. Say no to drugs, children. Say no to drugs. Her voice was harsh and very painful to my ears. Want a lap dance? I'm very good. I was thrown off, for you see, I saw her mouth moving, but my eyes simply focused on the yellow tooth that appeared to be minutes away from completely rotting off and falling into my mouth. I quickly was brought back to reality by the snickering of my friends who paid off this snaggle-toothed wench to entertain me with her gyrating hips that creaked and snapped every time she moved. It was like being forced to sit and hear my grandpa's old rocking chair that had unfortunately taken the wrong turn in life and now had to rock for cash instead of rock for fun. I, of course, being the kind and terrified 18-year-old, entertained her for as long as I could, all of 30 seconds. But when her soft, wrinkly thighs went in between my young, innocent knees, I knew it was time to scram. I gently pushed her off of me and said thank you and handed her $1. She took this as a compliment and said she could give me a fully nude private dance in the back. Then winked. With a throat full of vomit, I kindly denied her offer and wandered back with my friends. Still shook and confused, I asked my friends, what else is there to do besides get sexually assaulted by women past their prime? In unison, both uttered the words, the stage. Apparently, it is there where the sexiest and most jaw-dropping women would strut their highly erotic sexual moves. Hey everybody, how's everybody doing today? I know your nuts are ready for the rest of the story, but before we continue on, I just want to get a few things off my chest. We have a new Instagram page, so oh yeah, please go follow that Instagram page. That is Today in Culture on Instagram. That is the only social media that I am on, so if you want to stay connected, please go to Instagram. I will put it in. I will put a link in the bottom so you are able to teleport there, but please do not be afraid to give me a follow. Also, hit the subscribe button for more daily content that will be coming at you faster than a dildo in a porn star's hand. Yes, I'm talking extremely fast, hard, and penetrating. Alright, now let's get back into this motherfucking sister story. Get this guy in jail. He is a nut job. Fuck you. My pocket was still full of wadded up dollar bills, just burning a hole in my pocket to be thrown on one of these unforgiving bodies of public flesh. We decided to make our way to the stage, avoiding beer cans, awkward swingers, and sticky floors. Upon reaching our destination, a couple of rickety okay. Let me try that one more time, people. This one got me off. A couple of rickety, no lumbar support having chairs. We sat in them and heard a deep and overly excited DJ voice. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Pretty sure this DJ voice is mine. Let's get those dollar bills ready to make it rain. Our special guest tonight. She comes all the way down from the land down under. Let's hear it for Sunshine. Then suddenly, all the lights go off, and all you hear is the quiet bass of a techno song. And slowly it gets louder. And boom! The lights all flash on, nearly leaving me blind in the process. When my eyes finally adjusted, I was able to make the outline of a bedazzled bra and panty set. She slowly got onto all fours and crawled our direction. My heart started to beat faster, and my hand slightly trembled. She reached out and stroked my cheek. Now that she was closer, I could tell that she was like a used car, better seen from far away, with your eyes closed. I reluctantly handed over my second dollar of the night to this expired toaster strudel. She moved over to my friend and laid on her back and spread her legs open. She removed her bra first and revealed what can only be described as a lopsided pair of caterpillars that had no chance of evolving into a beautiful butterfly. A moth, perhaps, but never into something quite as lovely as a pair of breastises. She inched her way closer towards my friend Jose. Pussy first. She inched her way closer toward my friend. Oh, hey, look, fuck you. Third time's a charm. She inched her way closer toward my friend Jose. Pussy first. In my heightened state of imagination, I believe to have seen her leave a sort of slime trail as her crawling vagina neared us. I could hold up, I got boogers in my nose, man. So itchy. As her crawling vagina neared us, I could start to pick up a musty, sort of sour taste. The flavor moved up into my nasal passages, and I knew right then and there the pussy had spoiled. As I snapped back into reality, I noticed that she had begun to lower her broken chastity belt. The flesh from her pubic area was exposed, revealing a sorry excuse for a bikini wax. As the last of her panty came off, and she lay there, legs spread open like a soaring eagle, I noticed a small but still visible string poking out of her roast beef sandwich. I was young to fully understand what it was, but as she turned around onto all fours and spread her ass cheeks like a criminal being processed in jail, her contraband fell onto my friend's lap. There's no question what it was. We both looked at each other, then we looked down. There it was, small, red, and disgusting. It was a bloody tampon. The stripper had yet to realize what she had done, but before she could, we both got up and headed for the door. I was feeling sick, lightheaded, and euphoric. I had finally done it. I entered the world where boys become men, where these adolescent nutsacks finally grow a few hairs on them. I was finally the hombre, the man, the head honcho, the one who fucking knocks. And also, I wasn't the one who ended up being the butt of the joke. My buddy ended up having to go to his bed and cry to sleep. It was a wonderful night that day. I recommend doing stuff like that with your friends because, hey, you never know when the last time is that you'll see. And that's a reality check, everybody. But that was, of course, the story of how I went to the strip club for the first time. It was fun, exciting, and disgusting, all wrapped into one complete nasty package. It was definitely a once-in-a-lifetime experience. I have gone back after that. But that is probably the grossest first experience that I had ever had to go through. Now, that completely turned me off onto strip clubs. Now, I basically do not like to go. Let's just be honest here. I don't like going to strip clubs because of that first experience. That was disgusting. Like, imagine you just fucking staring at the stripper for the first time, right? And then you just see her spread her cheeks open. You just see this fucking tampon in her pussy. It was disgusting. It was like, I told my friend, you should have tried pulling it out with your teeth. Like, grab that shit with your teeth and pull it out. It's your little fucking prize. Now, that whole experience was disgusting. It was just gross because basically the strip club owners felt like they were a higher end strip club. So when you went to trade in your money, say if you brought $10, you could usually get change at the strip club, but instead of fucking giving you $1 back, they would give you a $2 bill because their strippers were high-end strippers and they didn't deserve that low-end money. You're like, bitch, I just described what the fuck these strippers look like. Okay, at best, the best-looking stripper was probably like a 5.5 on a bad day, and a 3.0 on a good day. You get me? But I personally don't go to them, but I don't knock anybody that does. I just feel a little awkward being there. You get me? I don't like the feeling that I have to pay for pussy. You're not saying that that's bad. I just personally don't like it. Because you see them. Yeah, I remember holding $1 bill in my mouth and having a stripper come up to me and then take it from me. And I just felt like I was somebody at a zoo animal giving treats. You get me? I felt like I was feeding the animals. Like, here you go, little girl. And then she taking it. I just didn't like the whole experience. I am just not one for it. I mean, apparently I'm glad it's there, because if it wasn't there, there'd be a whole bunch of horny dudes everywhere, probably jacking off on the street corners and trying to assault women. So yeah, it's good that they have them. But what's bad is the overall reputation they get and how, I guess, stripper life is hard. You get me? I saw a documentary on how these strippers fucking have it, and they have it rough. You get me? Like, you gotta deal with horny men groping you all day. Like, that just sounds like a bad place to be. So shout out to any strippers. I ain't knocking you guys. I know the hustle is hard, and you gotta do what you gotta do. You get me? If anything, I have a lot of respect for strippers because they do what the rest of us can't do. And they live a life that most of us will never even know about. So, respect. I take my hats off to you. But I was just sharing my first experience at a disgusting strip club. Now, I have had good ones. You get me? There are good experiences that I have been through at strip clubs. Not the best. I'm not going to say, oh my God, it was the best I ever had. But it was definitely fun. You have to go with friends. If you don't go with friends, you basically aren't gonna have that much fun, cause unless you're there to fucking I don't know. Unless you're there to get a lap dance, and there's really no point in being there, cause all you're doing is wasting your hard-earned money and just I don't know. The people there is just awkward. You get me? We're all there for one common shared goal. Fucking see some titties. So you can't really talk to anybody. It's not a mingling event. It's not, hey, how you doing? And start trying to hit it off with your homies and shit. It's like, we know what we're here for. Came to look at some tits. But yeah, that was basically my first experience being at a strip club. I hope you guys enjoy it. Please be sure to leave a like. Please subscribe if you would. Please do me a darling. Do me a favor, darling. Please subscribe and leave a comment of another story that you would like to hear. Anything is valid. Please put it down. And as always, thank you for staying tuned and listening to another great podcast of The Wandering Mind, where the mind wanders.